Hello. Thanks, Rich Points, for the invitation. My name is Sename Kofi Agodinu. I'm architect and anthropologist and founder of the WellArt community. I am also the initiator of a concept we call Low High Tech, a concept we give birth to 3 projects: the Hub City project, WellArt project, and WAFAT project. But all these projects give birth to one another. The Hub City project gives birth to WellArt project, who give birth to the WAFAT 3D printer project. All these projects involve a lot of young girls and boys in Togo. And initially, it is one of these young and dynamic leaders who must do this presentation. But unfortunately, Shika didn't get her visa. And it is since February the first visa application denied to members of our community, US visa application. So it's a very big problem for us. And I know that Sika will be very happy to be with you today, so we can have a talk for her. Maybe if we can Skype after my presentation, maybe she can tell you something. So I will tell you about the 3D printer project. I know a lot of you wait for this, but I don't talk directly about this project, but I will try in 20 minutes to tell you the whole story about this project. So I will begin with the Hub City project. Hub City is a sort of smart city project which objective is to not think the city for people, but help people to be able to think and produce themselves their city. But before tell you this utopia, I would like to present you, to introduce you two persons. The first person is Pierre. Pierre is a Tamberma mason. Tamberma are very traditional people you found in North Togo and Benin. There are people, anthropologists say that they live in semi-nudity, they don't like money, and all their activity are ritualized. And Tamberma people have a very interesting architecture, which is in the World Patrimony of UNESCO. And Pierre is Otamari. That means that it is, he has the height level for a Tamberma mason. The second person I would like to introduce to you is Morin. Morin is hacker, and is the leader of a hacker space called La Black Box in Paris. And Morin have made a study at MIT and at Paris. And Morin all the day try to manufacture its electronic circuit board for make clothes who make music or lights. If you think that these two people belongs to very opposite worlds, you think exactly like me since some months ago. Because I work a lot with Tamberma people, and I have to say that I was a little bit suspicious of everything linking to new technology. I assimilate the new technologies work to pollution, waste, and individualism. And when I say I work a lot with Tamberma people, I can show you some projects we do with this traditional population. This one is a school we built with Tamberma in their architecture, but trying to ameliorate it, and entirely in earth architecture. So I return to my story. I say that if you think that these two people belongs to two opposite worlds, you think exactly like me. Since the day I discovered this space called Fab Lab, and I saw that in this special space, people talk a lot about collaboration, open source, sharing knowledge, etc. All this value I know in traditional society, which I work with like architect. So I can say that me too, I make the niche experience. I will be appeased in front of the technological world. And I will try, since this moment, to elaborate a concept or a program who could make collaborate these two universes, traditional, African traditional societies' values with hacker or makers' ethics. So we developed the low high-tech concept, which we saw like a medicine we can inject as some area in the city who we identify a problem. And we have the medicine, we need the tool for injecting. So it is also the new technological world who gives us the tool. I discovered Barcamp and Fab Lab, and we try to convert this special way of collaboration in African context and use it to inject low high tech to the city. So we convert Barcamp in Archicamp, and we convert Fab Lab in Rep Lab. Archicamp are Barcamp which duration is more longer, and in which the experts are in very contact with the population. And Rep Lab are small Fab Lab, which can be replicated easily and quickly. And so the idea is to make collective intelligence during a camp and create a lab to help people to build the project we imagine in the camp. And it is the addition of camp and lab who help us to create the new city with people themselves. So I resume. Archicamp for put experts in contact with population, and a lab to offer population a specific space where they can work together and try to manufacturing themselves the solution they elaborate during the camp. Alors, if you try to test it in a city like Lomé, by example, what will it be? We can choose a district in Lomé, maybe the board of Lomé in Ghana, which is an area a little bit isolated, and we can choose three sites on this district and try to inject low high tech in these three space, and maybe this low high tech will diffuse in the city. And these three projects could be some space we create, we elaborate during a camp, and we could create, people could create themselves after the camp with the lab we put in place. I will pass quickly on this architectural aspect because I don't have a lot of time, but during the micro lab, if you want more precision, I will tell you. So it's some picture of the tree space and the projects we can make in low high tech ethic with this tree area. So all these three projects could be built with local resources and in auto construction. So after have our three projects, we can think to how to connect them, and we can connect them with specializing one of them. You make possible the connection between the three, because in every site you have something different from others. And the first one could be the head, and second one and the third one the stomach. Thank you. And after doing this, the thing you need is a heart for the system, and this heart could be something you create just after the camp. And this heart could be a lab you create with not in low cost, and this lab will form the first generation of makers who could diffuse in the city. And in this lab, you could begin to think to the three projects you imagine during the camp. And after this, you can try also to connect these three areas physically. I could tell you more about this if you join the Micro Lab. And you could go you could work more on these three projects and try to precise all of them during a camp moment. So all this could be just a how to say, a utopia. But I am very glad to tell you that we begin to work on this in Lomé, and in 2012 we have our first ArchiCamp in July and out 2012, and in July and out 2013 we have the second ArchiCamp. And during this ArchiCamp we make low high tech. We have interest in traditional way of construction of Tamberma. Also interest of new technology, the 3D printer, interest with how to do isolate home with vegetal materials, and our project of 3D printer who begin at this moment. And all this in parrainage of the two persons I present you at the beginning. Pierre Desmaçons and Morin de Hacker. To show you an album of these two camps. I do. So we have about 13 experts who come from every camp, who join the population, and who work together during 3 weeks to elaborate solutions with them. So we'll go back to Lomé in 2014 to make the third and last ArchiCamp of the series. How do we do it? We begin with a block camp. We have a challenge for write urban stories, and we have the three story awarded are select like sites for our camp. So we choose our three sites with bloggers who propose this site. And after having the three sites, we make on our website a call for contribution, and we have experts from all over the world, Brazil, Chad, France, Italy, who come together for working on these three sites with the population. And if you follow me very well, you must ask if you create the heart of the system. So I'm very happy to tell you that we create the first lab of this system, which name is WellApp, which is the first model of this model of replicability laboratory. And now, what is WELAB? WELAB is what we call a space of technology democracy created for serve these urban projects. But the lab have its own life and develop project not in connection with this original focus. And the philosophy of WELAB is to do collaboration using open source tools, etc., etc. And the other aspect is the democracy technology. In this space, we would like everybody be equal in front of new technology. You can find in WELAB. I think WELAB is the only one space in Africa where you can find a fish seller discussing with an engineer on a project. And the door of the lab is open. It's very open all the time, and people come and can have access easily. So the space is just a villa we have in Lomé with some tools for make bricolage, and tools more sophisticated like 3D printer, CNC, etc. So WELAB is owned by a team, the community of WELAB, which is a community of about 20 young members. I would like to present them one by one, but I think I don't have enough time, so I will. So they are about 20, 25. The middle age is 19, 20. And we have about 30% of girls in our community. So we develop tech projects. I will tell you a lot about our 3D printer project. We import also community we find all over the world, and which community project we find all over the world, and which we think it is in adequation with our low high-tech ethic. So we import the OpenStreetMap project, and we create the community of OpenStreetMap in Togo. I think the next speaker will tell you more about OpenStreetMap. We import also the Jerry project. I will tell you about Jerry after. We have a lot of events, all free. You don't need to pay to have access to our events. So we have a lot of young people who come to join us and who build robots, etc. Since the last year, we have an incubation program. We have 5 startups we created in the lab, in WELAB, and 3 of these 5 startups have been selected by the government between the 10 best entrepreneurial projects of the year in 2013. And one of these startups win the award. And this startup was led by Sika, which you can see. For finish, our vision about the problem of e-waste. We try to use e-waste like not a problem, but to find solution with it and try to build new machine with e-waste. It's one of the aspects of our low high-tech technology. So I will show you 2 projects. The first project is the Jerry project. We collect e-waste and we try to build new computer with this e-waste. And we build this computer in jerry can, plastic jerry can. But this project it's a project we import. It's a French project created in France. And the other project, which is ours, is the WAFAT project. So the first contribution of Africa the revolution of the 3D printer. The objective of our FAT project is to use old electronic waste to build a 3D printer. And is a democracy technology project because the objective is to put this technology in the hand of everybody, because if you want to have a 3D printer now, even if it is an open source 3D printer, you have to import the element. So the question for us is to build a 3D printer with the local resources. And e-waste are now local resources in Africa, so we choose to use e-waste. And the one who lead this project is AFAT. But it is a collaborative project, like all the projects we develop in WELAB. Everybody work on the project, and we are all owner of even project we develop in the lab. It is the same for our startup. We are all chef d'entreprise, all leader of the startup. All the 20 young girls and boys decide for the contract, etc. Some elements we print with our machine. And a tweet of Adrian Bouwer. Adrian Bouwer is a man who do a lot for the vulgarization of the democracy of the 3D printer. He's the father of the RepLab project. He's the one who hacked the technology and put it in the web. And Adrian Bouwer said that our 3D printer is the future of 3D printing. But everybody don't have the faith of Adrian Bouwer, and every day people ask us what we do with this 3D printer, and we now beginning to work with find local application for this machine, and we have a lot of program linked to this project. One of the last program we created is the 3D Print Educative Program. We choose a class of about 30 college young girls and boys, and we work with them for appropriate this technology. And we have every week some formation with these 30 young people who are pilots for this project. We try also to do a lot of conference. The last one we do is a conference with the best known doctor of Togo. We have about 50 doctors who come, and we present them this technology, and we ask them to help us find application for it for African contest. Thank you.